Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien on Friday, TGIF, December 29th, 2023. We're on this penultimate day to the year 2023. And it's supposed to be the New Year's weekend. I'm doing a special commentary on specifically one news organization, CNN, who seems to convey their opinions on two specific issues: Donald J. Trump and war. Donald J. Trump, they're trying as their hardest, and they do about 80% of their news gathering and news reporting on Donald J. Trump. Oh, Maine is now the third state after Colorado and the other state to disallow Trump in the ballot for primaries based on the 14th Amendment. Oh, boy. CNN, this is really an American thing, not a news gathering thing. This is really the United States Supreme Court's jurisdiction, not the CNN reporting 80% of their news on a daily basis about this. And I'm not pro-Trump, I'm not anti-Trump. Although I don't like Mr. Trump, but I'm not anti-Trump. He is who he is. I mean, CNN, can you imagine if you were running 1940? Oh, well, we got a report on Wendell Willkie. And what would you do in 1940 reporting the presidential campaign that was utterly stolen by FDR in the convention? Yeah. That underhanded trick that they used to put Franklin Delano Roosevelt on the ballot for the third time as a general election candidate when his vice president at the time, Mr. Gardner, had won the presidency. See what I mean? And on the other part, war. The next 20%, so you're actually taking almost, well, you were 50-50 at one time with the Israelis and that, and the Russians, well, you backed away a little bit. So you were, 50% Donald Trump, 50% Israelis and Hamas. But now you're, I would say, 80%, well, let's make it nicer. Let's make it 70% anti-Trump, 15% Israelis, and 15% Russians. As the Ukraine is coming back to focus again? Yeah. And you're accusing the Russians of crimes against humanity for their war in Ukraine. But you're not accusing the Israelis of the same thing. Why not? The Israelis are bombing civilians in Gaza. Yeah. Same thing as the Russians are doing in Ukraine. Oh, because the Israelis say that they're going after Hamas, and Hamas is using civilians as shields. Yeah. Well, what would the Russians say about the Ukrainians using civilians as shields for them, too? See what I mean? The problem is you don't comprehend, let alone understand, the meaning of war, CNN. The meaning of war is, like I've told you numerous times now, and you YouTube guys and the guys at YouTube keep on blocking me for saying this. The meaning of war is only one thing. I want to annihilate you from the face of this earth, and I want to survive the annihilation on the other side. And then you got these people that use war to fit their own meanings, like the United Nations, United States, and all the other nations who made war like the Star Trek in the episode of Armageddon, where those two planets, Emini 7 and Vendikar, made war clean. And okay, we'll kill 3 million over here, you kill 3 million over there, we'll keep this war, and it's 500 years later, and we're fighting a war because we're killing our numbers, and you're killing your numbers. We send them to disintegration machines, and you send them to disintegration machines. My question is, why don't you, instead of doing all this mess, invent disintegration machines and keep your war going? See what I mean? Why would you want to stop a war like a Star Trek in Captain Kirk's place if you're doing it through computers and hypotheticals, and when you hit this place with fake bombs, the people have to report to disintegration machines, and you're gone. And well, you just gotta do your duty. See, you gotta do your duty. Is this what you're heading to, CNN, by reporting all this mess like that? It seems to be. And you Americans and humans have developed something like, oh, there's a Geneva Convention on war. As an alien from another planet, war is messy. War is disgusting. War is something that you don't have to get into right off the bat. And hey, we gotta help these guys with ammunitions. Kill the other people here. We'll give you some more bombs. We'll give you some more bullets. We'll give you some more tanks and airplanes. And yeah, we won't send people over, but we'll give you some more of that. And some of your people go over there anyway as helping a cause. Then they get killed. You don't report on them very often until you have to by no other choice, because you got their dead bodies that you got to give the other people. They're home people, and you got to report, oh, well, they volunteered, and they were volunteers on a good cause. Were they really? War has no good cause, and it has no bad cause. War is what it is. Vladimir Putin just wants the territory. But he wants to eliminate the Ukrainians there. The Israelis want the territory, but they got to deal with the Palestinians. Oh boy, yeah. And the Palestinians want the Jews dead, especially the extremist Palestinians, say like Hamas and Hezbollah and all those other people that have come up. What is the name of this? There's no humanity in that. Report something good, CNN, like how to stop a war. Heck, you notice that in Star Trek's episode of Armageddon, Captain Kirk destroyed the computers and say, okay, you want war? You got it. The real thing. I would advise you to start building bombs. And like he told Spock, it wouldn't have mattered. They've killed millions of people for 500 years. In a real war, they wouldn't kill more than they already have. So, if you have a real war here in Israel, the Israelis would, if they wipe out the entire population of the Palestinians, they wouldn't kill no more than you have in the last 70 years. Same with the Palestinians. Look at all the millions of Jews that have been killed since the Romans threw them out in AD 70. You get a worldwide war here and you kill all the Jews? You won't kill no more than have already been killed during history. Do you understand me, Americans? Do you see where I'm coming from? Gene Roddenberry and the person that wrote that episode in Star Trek knew this. And they put that, and you guys still didn't listen. This is your favorite alien telling CNN, listen to that episode in Star Trek and start reporting right, will ya? Good day.